The number 12 expose by Anas Arimiyahu Anas shook the very foundations of Ghana football. The principal character in the documentary, former GFA boss Kwesi Nyantakyi, even before the public airing of the work, was under investigation following a complaint from the president. The Attorney General Gloria Akuffo appeared before Parliament to answer questions on the status of the case. She told the House the death of Tiger Eye PR investigator Ahmed Swali had stalled the case.
Mr. Speaker, eventually, the documents requested from the police as well as the updated report from Tiger Eye were submitted by the police in May 2019. Unfortunately, Mohammed Swali, a member of Tiger Eye and a principal witness with whom the prosecutors directly engaged in the preparation of the case, was tragically killed on 16th May 2019. The death of the journalist unavoidably stalled the preparation of the case. The review of the docket, Mr. Speaker, has since been completed and the presentation of the case in court is imminent.
She, however, assured the prosecution of the matter will begin within the next 2 weeks.
Mr. Speaker, we are dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Give and take a week or a fortnight, the matter may be presented. But I need to say that the filing is in our control, but the fixing and actual presentation is in the control of the court.
But the MP who filed the question, Myong lawmaker Abdulaziz Mohammed, is unsatisfied with the answers.
I think that the answers were not very convincing. When I asked a follow-up to find out, because in her own answer, she related to the issue of the murder of Ahmed Swali as a principal witness, and that her death or murder has stalled the case. When I sought to find out if there was any relationship, if they had established any relationship of any sort between the case and the murder of Ahmed Swali, she could not answer that question. I was surprised the Speaker allowed her to go without answering that question. But it borders on the general insecurity in this country, especially with the media men. Wasn't it surprising when she even got the date very wrong, the date that Ahmed Swali was murdered? Indeed, it happened on the 16th of January 2019 and not 16th of May 2018. When she sought to downplay that one by the response that it does not affect the substance of the matter. It may not affect the substance of the answer, but it tells me your commitment to the case, because this question has been lingering for some 6 months or more. Just factual accuracy. When Ahmed Swali was murdered, that one you got it wrong and wouldn't even admit. And so generally what I pick from the appearance today is that this is not a case that they are committed to.
Still in the House, the minority briefed the press on what they termed the undue delay in the release of the District Assembly's Common Fund. Deputy Minority Chief Whip Ahmed Ibrahim had these words for the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta.
We gave you a budget for 12 months. You have spent only 3 months, and you are coming for another budget for 1 year. This is highly unjustifiable. So this is why we are saying that he must redeem himself before he comes here come Wednesday.
Or his budget will not be approved.
Oh, else he himself knows. If he doesn't release the money for the assemblies to go and work, then he has no justification for bringing another budget for us that, oh, pass it for me. Budget presentation, we are not only approving budget for payment of salaries. We are approving budget for Ghanaians to have their comfort, for problems to be fixed. You can see what is happening to our roads now. See what is happening to our feeder roads. See what is happening to our schools classroom. See what is happening to our sanitation system. All gutters are choked.
Ahead of the presentation of the 2020 budget next week, members of the Finance Committee have been sharing their expectations.
For me personally, I want to see the budget address issues relating to our roads, health insurance. Those are two key issues that I want to see tackled. Left to me alone, the road fund, the National Health Insurance Fund should not be capped for 2020. It will be huge if government decided not to cap the road fund and also the National Health Insurance Fund.
One of the principal reasons why the capping was done was because there was a need for a lot of money to be spent, especially on what you call flagship projects. free SHS, NAPCO, and the rest of them. So the government really has to have the courage, and if so, then you sacrifice one for another. But definitely there are choices that have to be made, and we can only hope for the best.
For now, if you look at the challenge that we are having now with our debt stock, it's essentially driven from the fiscal side. So we have to address the revenue shortfall. The other challenge we are getting is that the government, as a result of that, is virtually crowding out the private sector from the credit market. If you see the results that are coming out of the banking sector, they are essentially making their money by giving the money to government and Bank of Ghana and getting a lot of interest in return. They are not lending to the private sector. So we are beginning to see a huge fiscal dominance in the financial market.
The House also approved a $7 million loan agreement or facility from the International Development Association of the World Bank for the agroforest landscaping design. Again, another loan agreement was passed for the refurbishment of some hospitals in the eastern region, including the TBA Hospital, the Abetifi Hospital, as well as the Tetekwashi Memorial Hospital in Mampong, Equiapem. The Attorney General was also in the House again to do second reading of the corporate insolvency bill. Reporting from the Job 600 building here in Parliament, my name is Duke Mensopoku for Citi News.